1924.
Bye, don't give me too much to cut.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a rather late night showing of Blue Cloud. It's actually like 9 o'clock. I never film this late, but when I'm wearing makeup and looking all nice, I had to take advantage of it. And also, when you've just seen a film in cinema, you kind of want to film it while it's all fresh in your noodly poo. Anyway, yeah. I went to go and see the live action of The Lion King, and I know it's been out for a really long time, so this video might seem a bit redundant to people, but there might still be people out there that are humming and hawing over the idea of seeing it. Little disclaimer, I always find that these review videos are interesting, but I wouldn't take to heart what I say or what any other reviewer, YouTuber says, because everybody views things differently and everybody has different opinions. So one person might find something fantastic and someone else might not. So with that out of the way, yes, I went to see Lion King today. This is going to be a short video and there's going to be not big spoilers, because if you know the story of The Lion King, you know it. But if you haven't seen it and you don't want anything spoiled, then don't watch. The film is pretty much an exact clone of the original animated film. Like, I seen the original animated film when I had sight, and with audio description, which was fantastic. Once again, it's Cineworld, Renfrew Street, Glasgow, spot on. The audio description was describing the first opening scenes, and I could see it so clearly in my head, and it was probably because the audio description was really good, but also because it was an exact duplicate of the original version. My brother was saying that too. He's seen it and he says it's exactly the same. The biggest difference is the graphics, but if you're blind or visually impaired like me, then obviously that's not, you know, you're not going to see that part, you're not going to appreciate that part as much. Really good to see James Earl Jones is back in action as Mufasa. I cannot believe he's 88, that was a shock. And all the other voice actors they got to play the parts, I thought suited them very well. I think my favourite portrayals have to be Timon and Pumbaa. They were slightly different from the originals, but not far off. I kind of like what they done with them. Seth Rogen was played by Pumbaa. If you don't know who he is the actor who plays Paul the alien from Paul. So I kept thinking he was going to burst out with something inappropriate or swear, and thinking, no, this is Disney, this isn't Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. But I really liked what they done. I also really liked it because obviously Seth Rogen's not a singer, but he was still kind of singing, but not like in the original, so I kind of like how they done that. I like how Timon and Pumbaa in the original, I think they sang maybe like 5 seconds of In the Jungle, whereas in the live action you actually got like a good minute or 2 minutes of it, and I'm like, oh, I'm really enjoying this little song. It was really good. All the songs were really good, in fact, and they were all pretty much identical to the original, except for Can You Feel the Love. It was a little bit more, because it was Beyonce singing it, and I don't know who the actor is that played Simba, older Simba, but because it was Beyonce, it was a little bit more like, ooh, you know, a bit more fancy-pantsy, because that's their singing style, which is fine. It's good to alter it to their singing. I think the most surprising part of the film for me was at the end. If you're familiar with the animated version, there's a part where they need a diversion to get past the hyenas, and they decide to have Pumbaa as the live bait diversion. And in the original, he's dressed up in drag, and Timon is singing in a hula song, and you know, Pumbaa has the wee I think he has the wee grass skirt on. I can't really remember. This is from memory, bearing in mind I haven't seen this film with my eyes for a few years. That again, that was in the original, but you know, he wasn't, Pumbaa or Timon wasn't dressed up in drag. And they weren't singing like, the song in the original kind of goes like, and it's probably a really bad impersonation. But they started, and the person I was with in the cinema had actually got up by this point, so I was on my own. And I'm sitting there and I was literally like, oh my, I can't believe they've done that! Oh my! Timon was singing Be Our Guest! Like, and I'm sitting there and a little voice in my head is like, they can't do that! That belongs to Beauty and the Beast! That belongs to Disney! Come on, Ray. This is the Lion King. It is Disney. They could flop Ariel next to the rock beside Timon and Pumbaa. They can do whatever the heck they like. But, you know, the Disney nerd in me gets excited when they make references to other Disney films in Disney films. So I got really excited with that. Was not expecting that. So yeah, pretty much a clone identical to the original. So it wasn't an amazing film, and it wasn't a bad film. It was average. Lion King, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this. Lion King isn't one of my top favourite Disney films. I never actually watched it as a child. I didn't not like it as a child. I just wasn't really interested. It's only being an adult Disney freak that I've learned to appreciate Lion King, and I think I mostly like it for the music and Timon and Pumbaa, because who doesn't love Timon and Pumbaa? Like, they're great together. So yeah, it was a good rendition to the original. If you wanted a clone of the original, then you've got it. Because there's never really any pleasing me. If you bring out a live action film and it's completely identical to the original, like Lion King, well, there's some very subtle differences, but for the grand scheme of things, not a lot. I'm kind of like, I felt as if they could have done something different here. Yet when they first brought out the live action of Beauty and the Beast, I was like, it's near enough perfect, but not quite, because I wanted it to be a clone of the original. And looking back on it now, I actually like it when Disney brings out live actions that they still follow the same storyline as the original, but they have differences. Like, they had different music in Beauty and the Beast. And I think the most noticeable difference in the live action of Lion King was, in the original, when Simba runs off to be with Timon and Pumbaa and then Nala finds Simba in the wild, you don't actually see how that happens. In the live action, you see Nala, you know, sneaking out from Pride Rock, and Zazu, you know, being a diversion for her to sneak out. So that was different. You actually got to see how Nala got from Pride Rock to Timon and Pumbaa Land, as I'm calling it. But I don't want to ramble on too much. Been really enjoying doing the Disney videos, which is why I have a third Disney video for you guys. Can't promise you next week's video will be a Disney video. But we'll see where life takes us. You never know. I hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I'll talk to you in a future video. Bye guys! And you could do the hula too. Woo! That's definitely not how the original goes.